First of all, I apologize to you. I bought 2 copies of the book, The CIA Doctors, and the one that I have in my room. It was wrapped up, and it's actually page 11. I repeat, it is page 11, and I'll tell you where it says. It is the it's the 4th paragraph in the, looks like the second sentence. The second sentence, the mind control work was funded by the CIA, Army, Navy, and Air Force, and concurrently by other agencies, including the Public Health Service and the Scottish Rite Foundation. Okay, if you think the Scottish Rite Foundation has nothing to do with the Scottish Rite, then you probably think the Ford Foundation has nothing to do with Henry Ford. You know, I don't know what to tell you if you're that fucking stupid. But for those of you who aren't, bear with me. Page 33. Now remember, what you're going to hear in this video breaks my heart to tell you, and almost certainly is going to cost me my life and be being set up and sent to jail, if not anything, coupling with everything else I said. So bear with me and listen carefully. Page 3. Okay, this is page 33. 31 is labeled. It says Chapter 2, Cold War Mind Control Experimentation. So Cold War with Russia. Okay, this happens after World War II. This is all consistent mainstream history. There's 15,000 documents that this psychiatrist, Colin A. Ross, uncovered, and he was disturbed by what he found, and he wrote this book. And he was very as respectful as he could be, so they wouldn't kill him for it. And here we go. The mind control experiments were conducted by a network of doctors that included the leaders of psychiatry and the major medical schools. The mind control doctors included presidents of the American Psychiatric Association and psychiatrists who received full-page obituaries in the American Journal of Psychiatry. In this section of the CIA doctors, extensive documentation of the interconnections between the mind control doctors and institutions is presented. The evidence refutes any claims that the mind control experiments involved only a few isolated renegades or doctors practicing in an era with different ethical standards. This is the last paragraph. An individual of mind control doctors are studied in detail because extensive information about them is available. All psychiatrists and medical schools are implicated because the network is so extensive. Responsibility for the unethical experimentation lies first with the individual doctors, but also collectively with the medical profession as a whole and with academia as a whole. The things that he's talking about is exactly what I'm talking about. Philosophy, institutions. The Department of Psychiatry at Johns Hopkins University, for instance, may experience blowback resulting from decades of collusion, secrecy, and direct participation in mind control experimentation. Johns Hopkins, a lot of famous people went there. I want to explore who they are and my opinion of them. Blowback is a CIA term for negative publicity resulting from clandestine operations. So this is a known CIA, and they have a source 287. Somewhere in this network of doctors and medical schools, there are as yet unidentified creators of Manchurian candidates. So I'll have these pictures on the screen. And next, it says 320. Okay. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to wrap this up. Now, this is where it gets ugly. You ready? This is where the title is proven. Gang stalkers are a sex cult and a rape ring, among other things. This makes you wonder what really happens with the Duke lacrosse thing. I don't know, but it makes you wonder. Bear with me, you'll see what I mean. One 1955 MKUltra document gives this is not in the book, by the way, gives an indication of the size and range of the effort. I'll put the source in the comments. This document refers to the study of an assortment of mind-altering substances described as follows. Remember, the Scottish Rite funded this, page 11, for whatever reason. Page 33 of doctors, I could put page 33, excuse me, but I read from page 33 as well. So, it was page 11, it proves it. You've seen it on the screen earlier. Now, 420, I begin to read. Materials which will promote the intoxicating effect of alcohol. Materials which will produce the signs and symptoms of recognized disease in a reversible way so that they may be used for malingering, etc. So, it's like, look, you were raped in a ritual or something, right? And I know some of you struggle with this. Not all the rape is ritual. Some of it is just soldiers in a foreign area that see a local girl they like, CIA people in other countries that want to rape enemy, dissidents, political dissidents, things of this nature. So, yes. So why would you want to increase or promote the intoxicating effect of alcohol? Well, to make them more suggestible, more easily rapeable. The same reason why it is illegal to have sex with a drunk woman, right? Technically, you see what I mean? So materials which will produce the signs and symptoms of recognized disease in a reversible way so that they will be maybe used for malingering. Again, this is on Wikipedia, but their sources are legit. I'll put their sources in the comments, and you can double check that before you start crying about that. Okay? Now listen carefully. This makes the victim think that they have a disease so that you will tell the people if they do not shut up that they're going to die, or you're not going to help them, or you're going to tell people, or all of the above. You see what I'm saying? And they'll say it subtly in ways that fuck with your head, and I have psychologists help them with those techniques and interrogation and coercion techniques. I kid you not. Dude, I know this for sure. Even I don't want any fed bitches or any hoe-ass niggas to tell me they can only help me if I take my videos off. You're disgraceful, and you're making your race look good above fucking saving innocent lives. And not to mention all the women that will be raped because you didn't help me. Fuck you, I don't want to talk to you. Anyway, continuing where I went before. So it's 4, 16, and 17. 16, a knockout pill which can be surreptitiously be administered in drinks, food, cigarettes, as an aerosol, etc., which will be safe to use, provide a maximum amnesia, and be suitable for by-agent types on an ad hoc basis. Government-sponsored rape purposes. Now, why do you think they want them to be safe? Well, some of them are your family members. Some of the people you do this to will later on be in your secret society, and you'll be chuckling about how you and the fellas raped them when they were younger, as you're an older scumbag, and how you're looking at them like, hey, remember when I raped you? You know, I have it on camera kind of sick shit, you know? I kid you, look, man, I'm not making this shit up. I'll play the clip at the end, okay? From the, that proves that they were using this for rape. The main people was George White and Sidney Gottlieb, a white person and a Hungarian Jew, atheist person of Jewish descent. For whatever, that's worth for the use. People have trouble putting together what kind of cults are involved. 17, a material which can be surreptitiously be administered by the above routes and which in very small amounts will make it impossible for a person to perform physical activity. So, just knowing the government does this is enough for the black man to hate him. When you couple it with knowing that the government does this on black people the most, because we are the most resistant people to the New World Order, I'm gonna leave it there, man. Look, they want to be able to spray people, throw them in a van, rape them, have them forget what happened, and say, hey, we raped your daughter. You can't prove it, right? But we have the videotape. We'll do it again if you don't shut up, or things like this, I mean, you don't understand, man. They are fucking blackmailing, coercive little bitches, okay? They are sick, okay? They are not Christian. It's not a Christian. No.
For his death, he wrote to his boss at the CIA, Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, and summed up his career by saying, "It was fun, fun, fun. Where else could a red-blooded American boy lie, kill, and cheat, steal, deceive, rape, and pillage, with the sanction and blessing of the All-Highest?" Has mind control been achieved?
All highest.
Steal, deceive,
cult
rape,
title.
and pillage, with the sanction and blessing of the All-Highest. Cheat. Steal, deceive, rape, and pillage, with the sanction and blessing of the All-Highest.
But doesn't page 11 in the CIA doctors show that the Scottish Rite funded MKUltra isn't the All-Highest a cult title? I wonder. I'm not saying the Scottish Rite is a bunch of pedophiles, and come to whatever conclusions you will, I'm not necessarily saying that. That is.